It's a smart adapter.
Oh, I'm like, okay. Oh.
Hello, Facebook, if people are on. Excuse us, we're getting set up. Instagram. I really need to go put on a t-shirt.
Huh?
So I really need to go put on a t-shirt. Not this turtleneck. I think that should be good.
Hello, Facebook friends. Nobody's on yet.
Nobody's on either one?
I haven't put it up on mine. Hi, Instagram. Oh my gosh, that's different.
What?
The way it look.
How it look?
It's tell you how many followers is active right now for sure. Doesn't say nobody on, but I ain't really popping on.
Oh wait, did I hit the thing?
Oh. Shit.
That's why. Cause I ain't even live.
Oh.
There we go. Now we live. All right.
This show.
What?
This show. The other computer.
My old computer, yeah.
They
They told me to keep it.
That's why I was like, so this is the Mac.
Mhm.
Okay.
They told me to keep it for now until, yeah.
Until they're ready for you to leave.
Yeah. I was gonna say, is it if you would be out the camera if you scoot over? No, we so close.
I can't even see on there. It's so bright.
It's okay. We look good. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. Hey, whoever that is.
Hello.
Sorry, I can't. Well, let me just pull it up.
Oh, it's Johanna.
Oh, hey, Johanna, girl. Oh, she driving somewhere too. She did say that. To Gibson, ain't that where you said you was going? Where is that?
Yeah, we need to share it on your Facebook. Okay.
Okay. Why it don't show up on my phone though? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if it would end the live video if I went. I don't even want to try it.
Don't even. What you try to do?
If I switched accounts to share the video, the live on my Facebook.
Oh. Okay.
But it's okay. Now. Hello.
Hey, world.
Hey, Ashley.
Wait, why we just turn it down? Because it's so bright.
No, because I think it makes them be able to see us. Oh. Is it too bright?
I feel like it.
You could try it. You can turn it down. See what happens. You can keep going. That's fine. Okay. I feel like I don't know if my face look dark though. No. But hello
No, it
guys.
still look like, girl, my
Well,
glasses
that's
just
on
glare.
there versus there. It's a different view. Um.
Hey y'all, it's us.
We run a little behind today
Yeah.
because I don't know. I don't know why
No,
she
you're
running
fine.
behind, but
So
I am okay. It's good.
yeah.
I first of all, hey guys, I'm Ken.
I'm Kay.
She's Kay. I'm Ken, and this is Wine and Grow. We wine when we grow, and when we grow, we need wine. So we are back with our December pop-up episode. Just checking in, seeing how y'all doing. Hey Garrick. Okay, on the Facebook. Definitely would expect to see you on Instagram, but on the Facebook. Um, I'm running behind, like literally on the T. I'm pulling up 6:55. I'm here. Because your girl is getting used to her back in the office schedule. But I had to make some runs after work, and so that I don't have to do runs the rest of the weekend. So I was just crunching it. That's all.
Yeah, no.
So
I was supposed to be on time. I was doing so good. My mom was supposed to come tomorrow. Y'all.
I was about to put this shirt on when I was in the drawer. I'm like, yeah. I need to put on the T-shirt.
I'm trying to figure out what I put. I said, you know what? First of all, ain't no need to be fancy.
Listen.
No. So 2 of my power outlets went out yesterday while I was cooking.
Wow.
Yeah. So my mama, she was gonna come. Well, she ended up coming today. She was supposed to come tomorrow, and she ended up coming today when I was about to start getting ready. So then she also started fixing my toilet when I was supposed to go in the bathroom. So I'm just like, okay. And I'm like, I came home early so that I could go ahead and get started. But this stuff also still needed to be done. But yeah. So here we are. But we here, y'all.
We here.
We here.
We made it.
It's okay.
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 So just a reminder, monthly episodes through April, basically. So March, we said we wasn't doing one in March though. We're not doing one in March. February will be our last episode until April. April will be back with the regular season with the weekly episodes. But just to keep some engagement, we just doing these monthly pop-ups just to just let y'all know what's been going on with us, to see what's been going on with y'all, and all of the things. Hey, niece.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Okay.
Oh, we could have had on mics today. Oh well.
On what?
Mics.
Oh my goodness! I forgot about the mics.
Completely forgot.
I forgot.
That's why I looked down at my shirt though to see.
So next month I will not be making any runs after work. I'm gonna just come straight home, because.
And I'm just gonna have to not work on Wednesdays like I used to do.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but I also because I'll be able to work from home 2 days a week, so maybe I'll just make Wednesday my work from home day.
Oh, okay.
So I don't even have to worry about being away.
Yeah.
I could just be here, be settled, be relaxed, and all of that stuff.
Yeah. Oof,
to get my mind right before the show.
Yeah, but there's Christmas and stuff coming up, so I'm trying to. It's a lot coming up. So I'm just trying to push it as much as I can. But I had to take Monday off because I was pushing it real hard last week. So I'm like, I need a break. Just give me I just need a moment.
So it's the fact that we have not been listening to podcasts.
And now we back to listening.
But we listening to podcasts, and the podcast been snatching my soul. Today.
What? When I said,
I didn't even finish that. But with that episode, but even the episode I had listened to before that, even yesterday when I was listening to what I sent y'all yesterday, How Married Are You?
And I didn't finish that one.
Like
I ended up listening to the one they had came out, the most recent one that came out. I ended up listening to that.
Yes. Okay, guys. So just an update on me. On the last month's episode, I had literally just resigned from my job that day, right? I had put in my 2 weeks notice. So I'm officially in my new role at my job, but being completely transparent, I have been dealing with imposter syndrome. And that was the word. I was trying to figure out what I had been feeling. And I forgot who I was talking to, and then it came, I think it might have been Brittany when I was braiding her hair. I was like, I feel like an imposter. I said, that's the word I've been looking for. Like, I've been dealing with imposter syndrome. Like, do I really deserve to be here? Am I ready for this? And today when I was to the sermon from one LA, it was like it's be like different moments I'll be feeling like, did I make the wrong decision? And there's other moments that I'm like, okay, I made the right decision. But one of my good friends told me, Cliffine, shout out to you wherever you at. and I need to talk to you if you're watching this because I ain't talked to you in a while. But he was just like, but you just have to trust that regardless of whatever choice that you made is gonna work out right. And just for me standing on my belief and my favorite scripture, which is Romans 8:28, all things work for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose. You know, like whether I go left or right, God's gonna work it out for the best.
Absolutely.
You know, like but I hate to feel like I made a decision outside of his will for me because I don't want to have to continue to like extend the process by making the wrong choices. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You know, like but I do feel. Go ahead. What you about to say?
No, I was about to say. Do you feel like the choices that you feel like you want to make can possibly be the wrong choice because you feel like it's your will that you want to have?
And that's what I'm wondering. Okay. Like, is this a my choice or is this God? You like, is this me saying yes to God?
Yeah.
You know, like, so listening to that sermon today, like, she was just talking about, and I, you know, like just what I was saying, like basically like, not leaving before you're grown. You know, like before you've grown. But then she was just talking about like how, you know, like basically how the devil like schemes and stuff like that. So like just different things I was thinking about just in the situation that I was in and different ways that they were trying to keep me.
Oh yeah.
You know, it just felt real shady. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you know, like ultimately by the end of the sermon I felt, you know, like, okay, no, this is good. You made the right decision. You know, and like just like my therapist has been telling me, just learning to trust myself. Like at the end of the day, it's like you made the choice, so now you gotta walk in that choice. Yeah. You know, like, but I just hate that I keep coming back to this feeling. Like so, but work has been going fine. You know, like I'm at a place that I worked at before. So like seeing some of the people who were there, like even like in some of the trainings, like I've been, you know, getting orientations about the different departments and stuff like that, speaking to the other managers. And you know, like everybody keeps saying like, you know, like I really love your personality. I'm excited to work with you. You know, like, you know, I can tell that you know, have a good work ethic and stuff. And I'm just like, okay. And like all of them are new. Like the department heads are new people. You know, like so that's just crazy. You know, like so I'm just like, okay. You know, like it's confirmation. Like, okay, you're in the right place. And it's not like, and there's nothing that's coming up that I feel like I can't handle. You know?
Yeah, but I think that when you go into stuff though, you go into it, you asking questions, but you sound like you already know the job anyway. So you come in confident. So nobody's gonna know that you don't feel like you don't deserve it, or you feel like you're misplaced or something. Yeah. So I think you're fine. But it's always those feelings. It's always, especially when you're making a big decision like that. It's one of those things like, okay, because you know you've asked for this for so long, you wanted this
exactly.
So now why question it?
You know, and it's just like how we talked about I think a while ago on the show, like struggle love. You know, like you just struggle for something. But at what point do you say, okay, I'm done and I'm ready to receive what I've been planting? You know, like the seed that I've been planting all of this time, I'm ready to see the fruits of the labor. You know, and I just feel like I don't want to have to continue to struggle. And I feel like I'm constantly putting myself in situations where I have to work. You know, like not that I don't have to work at this new job, like it's work. But
to keep is gonna be work to keep what you. I mean, just like
where I'm just starting from the bottom.
Keep watering it. You gotta keep watering it and like grow. Keep taking care of it. So it's just gonna happen in the process, though. But you just gotta let the process happen. And of course, as you get further into it, all of those feelings is gonna subside because you know you where you're supposed to be. Especially because we know this was a full circle moment.
Girl, full circle, like. But she just talk about how, you know, like bold moves, like making bold moves, and I'm just like, yeah.
And you did that.
Bold move.
Even in fear, I'm
stepping into a new season.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
Stepping into.
Yeah.
So, but.
Man, it's a lot. That's a lot too. Because I was able to feel your emotion. I'm like, oh my goodness.
It was just the process. It was the process, you know.
We don't want to stick to no process. It's the process. I hate it. I hate because we have to sit in it and really figure out not even the outside, but we also have to figure out the inside and where we're going in the process and how this process is affecting us. Yes. Because we're always worried about
other people,
the other thing,
and how it's going to affect other people, and whatever. But what are people going to think? What are people going to say? Like, oh my goodness, like, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. So that's been going on. You want to give an update on you before I give another update? Because I could just. What else has been going on?
Life has been lifing, but in a very good way. So let me just say this, because this is also, I put that this is the last episode of this year, and it's just it just made me reflect on how this year has gone for me, and I was just talking to Nese the other day, and I was just telling her, like, we title our years each time my birthday comes around. My birthday is next month, y'all. And
there you go.
Hey, Clifton.
What's up, Clifton? I was just talking about you.
And this year I actually titled it "I Am Changing," and that didn't come to me until today. But I've gone through so many changes internally and externally, though, too. But I've gone through so many changes, but I'm proud of me because of the way that I've started to handle everything. And I don't want to say I'm not taking it personal, because a lot of this stuff does feel personal, and it is personal. It's personal to me. Yeah. So I'm just starting to have to making sure that I'm trying to handle certain things with try to handle a lot of things with ease. It don't always happen like that, because baby, I was gonna have an anxiety attack last week. So
can we talk about anxiety?
Baby, I was fighting anxiety so hard last week, and I didn't even know it. I'm driving, and I'm just like,
girl,
I'm like, oh my goodness, this is not it. This is not life. No. I've never had to experience. I've gotten bad nerves. Yeah. But to experience anxiety at that level, that ain't been a thing for me. So I'm driving as this is happening too. So I'm trying to calm myself and everything while I'm driving, because I'm working. So I'm like, okay, we got to get this up off of me, because I can't carry that. And once you let it go, you feel light as a feather. Yeah. Light as a feather.
Yeah. Hey, Kiara. But, like, going off this anxiety, because Jesus, like, I had to be, I feel like I was delivered from anxiety this year. So something that I did this year was I went to a deliverance service that one of my friends from church invited me to. Like, I was just dealing with anxiety heavy, like, towards the middle of the year, like, in the fall. I guess that's when it really, like, hit hard. Was that the fall? No, it was like the summer. I don't know. But anyways, so like, so y'all remember, like, in the top of the year, I talked a lot about boundaries and creating boundaries and setting boundaries and stuff like that. But what I failed to do is respect boundaries, which led to a lot of situations where I had anxiety as a result of decisions that I made. Yeah. So I had to face that mental health this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really didn't know that anxiety was a thing for me until this year. And I believe that you can just have, like, situational. Yeah. And, anxiety, situational depression, situational, and of course I still see my therapist and stuff like that, but so talking to her about it, but really just, having to come to a place where I had to sit in what the root of the anxiety was. And that's where the deliverance service came in at. It's just like, really just breaking down the root of the anxiety, breaking down, which was really rejection, abandonment, all of those things were why I was having the anxiety, because it's like, and just being completely transparent, like, just in these romantic relationships, if I'm not getting a phone call, if I'm not getting a response in a certain amount of time or whatever, or not seeing, this person by, it's been a week. Why haven't I seen you? Like, it's just like, I'm triggered, like, but it's not you. It's an internal battle that I'm fighting. I didn't realize that I was really dealing with it that hard, because it's like, like, you come to a point in your life where you just be like, that's just me. Yeah. That's just how I am. And we talked about this on the show, by the way, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, because y'all can see all of our past episodes. But we talked about getting rid of the mentality of that's just me, and I think that this was a year that I was challenging that, like, okay, no, this is happening to me, but it's not really my identity, and how do I want to adjust moving forward, like the anxiety, the alcohol, the partying, like just different. God has dealt with me this year. Completely tore me apart. You know, but it hasn't been bad. You know what I'm saying?
But we're being molded, and that's just it's like even in this season for me, I've just had to just let go. Yeah, let go and let God.
But we've done it like to a point where it's. But this is what I'm saying. Like what I'm trying to say is God has done it gracefully because I haven't felt pain. Like I feel like in the past when I've tried to change different things about myself, I was almost forcing myself. Like you got to do this, you have to do that, or whatever. But I feel like this season, like God is just allowing me to see the difference, you know, in the change in the behavior and why it's necessary, you know, and even in certain ways why I don't even need to adjust. I just need to change the atmosphere, you know, that I'm in because I'm naturally who I am. I'm naturally a social person. I'm naturally, you know, just those are just attributes about me. I'm going to lead. I'm going to take control, you know, like, but it's just about what atmospheres I put myself in. Yeah. And I think that I've been more intentional about shifting the atmospheres. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. I have been trying to be very intentional on standing on what I'm saying.
You gonna switch over to Instagram?
What they say, standing on business.
Like standing on. Did I send you that video of the girl on the track when she was helping with the hurdles?
Yeah, slapping
how hard I was standing on business this year.
No, for sure. Because you know you got people that want to come back.
No, for sure. Jesus,
I didn't listen to the. I
didn't. But I was gonna say because we need to talk about that too. But go ahead.
Oh, okay. But yeah, just being firm in the boundaries that I'm setting now, and truly setting those boundaries. The one I told you about today. I think that the reason that it took me so long to say it in that way is because I was trying to make sure that I wanted to make sure that it was being seen the way I see it, like I'm not just making this up. Yeah. And so that's why I'm like, okay, because I'll be like, oh, maybe I'm just tripping, but I know what I feel. Yeah. I know what it is. Like I know. Yeah. And so that's why I'm like, this is not okay.
Vulnerability.
We
tapped into another level of vulnerability this year.
I told somebody being involved with people, it's a whole nother mirror. It's a whole nother deal, bro. Like I had to put my glass down because I need both my hands because I had to tell this person
the lessons we have learned through relationships this year.
I had to tell this person that we need communication and vulnerability. Do you know how hard I've had to be vulnerable in this situation? And it's just so crazy because one of the last relationships that I was in, that was one of the main things that I realized that I lacked, especially vulnerability. It was always hard for me to be vulnerable because it's not that I can't be emotional or share emotions. It's just like, in a way, you feel like a person is not going to understand you or they're going to downplay how you feel. It's the rejection of it all. Yeah. So it's like I would keep a lot of things to myself. I would let things boil up until I'm shaking in my skin, y'all, to now speak on it. And, you know, but now it's just like in order for this to work, and even if it doesn't work in the way that I want it to work, I know that I'm doing what needs to be done in order to progress in these relationships.
No, for sure. And not downgrading your feelings, because that was a habit of mine. It's just like, if it bothered me, it's like, but it's okay. No, it's not like, okay. Just be honest, because what we talked about when we went to dinner, me and Keisha, is like, when you actually start being honest about how something makes you feel, then you're giving that person an opportunity to correct the issue. Yeah. Because if you're not being honest, then they can't make the proper adjustments.
And then now you mad at them because they didn't do it. It's unspoken expectations, and you can't move forward like that because nobody's going to be able to read your mind. They still have to learn from you, and how do they do that if you're not speaking on how you feel?
Yeah. Yes. Vulnerability.
Man. And being able to communicate effectively.
Yes.
So it's not just communicating; it's being able to communicate effectively,
girl,
choosing the
right
words. And oh my God!
Grace.
Stop beating me up,
girl. Because we've been learning the same lessons. Oh. We've been learning patience, grace, vulnerability, community. Remember when I went to that healing circle and she told me like I was going like that was at the top of the year too, like me having to make compromise in communication, like. And, you know, like, it's just, like I said, like, being stuck on, like, in my own way of controlling things, like, you know, like we should talk every day, or you know, if I call back, or answer the phone, like blah blah blah. It's just like, no, you have to understand that everybody don't communicate the same way that you do.
Yeah.
You know, not everybody needs to check in every day. You know, like, and it's just like, and also it's just like giving the same grace to the person that I'm dating that I'm giving to other people in my life. I ain't expecting these people to call me every day. I'm not expecting to see these people every day. Like, I'm actually pretty irritated when my phone rings most of the time. Because what you want, like, it's just like why require so much of this person, right? Like, we put so much on our romantic partners to be our everything, you know. And that was something else my therapist had dealt with me about. It's just like you have, like, I gotta put my glass down now. Like, you have this basket, you know, and it's just like, but you have different people to fill that basket.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, because she dealt with me really with this when it came to the friendship situation. Mm-hmm. You know, like, because I had that whole fallout with my friends, you know, and it's just like, well, that's because you put all of your friend expectations on one group of people. Mm-hmm. You know, and you have other groups of people in your life, you know. So, like, I've literally, like, just this year been learning how to capitalize on my connections and my networks, you know. Like, so it's like, okay, I got this group of friends for this, I got this group of friends for that, and I got this group of friends for this. You know, like, so it makes it easier for me to give grace. Yeah. Because it's like my expectations aren't so heavy on these people to show up for me in all the areas, you know? Mm-hmm. So
Garrett said, Kay, how hard is it to set or protect then respect boundaries in friendships? Is that set or protect? Is that what you're asking? Or set and protect? Well, for me, just in general, boundary setting was hard for me because there were never any boundaries set. There was never any boundaries in my life. Like, even being a kid, that, you know, there was no boundaries. Your parents will tell you, they come in your room when they want to.
Hey, Keonda.
I open the right door too. I don't know, but they'll be doing nothing. That Savion door.
Listen,
I'm gonna knock. But Soraya don't be dumb. I can hear her what she doing. She be on the phone.
But what type of boundaries?
Okay,
boundaries in friendships. Okay.
But even in friendships, it would have, as I've gotten older and more into this journey, it's been easier to set boundaries. But
I think we've been learning to set boundaries with each other.
Yeah.
I think we've been trying to protect. Like, okay, because we're so close, right? And that's why when you said no for sure, I was like, oh, we gotta talk about that, because one of our favorite podcasts, they dismantled, and it was two friends, you know, and it was like, oh, it's nice to see two other, you know, it's always nice to see women come together, but it's just like, it's not as easy as it looks to actually maintain these type of friendships, you know, especially when you're growing together, you know, like, so I feel like we're tapping into another level of boundaries as we grow, and especially now that we're getting into more intentional romantic relationships. You know, like, just like it'll be certain, like, situations, like we'll be talking to each other about something, but we won't say all of the details. It'd be like, so they had mentioned, you know, but I was upset, you know, and then, you know, like, but then he had said something to make me feel better, but I ain't telling you what the something is, but I'm just saying what the, you know, that it was something said, you know, and then it's no pressure to be like, well, what was something, you know, like, it's just like, I'm a respect that you don't want to tell me everything, but you want to tell me something, you know, but I think also learning to support each other and being honest with each other, because we are friends, and it's like we do want the best for one another, you know, like, so it's just like, in situations where I see, and one thing I learned about my friend, and I know about my friend, is she's gonna do what she wants to do. Okay, so at the end of the day, I can say whatever, it may plant something in her, but at the end of the day, so if you have your mind made up, you're going to say, well, I'm going to try this, and if it doesn't work, then maybe I'll consider what you said, you know, and that's fine. I've learned to accept that. Like, so I, like, even when I'm giving, you know, advice or, you know, I feel like I'm saying something in regards to something that you're going through, even if it's outside of relationships, like with work, your kids or something, I'm always like, friend, you know, like, I know you're going to do what you want to do, but, you know, you should consider this, or have you thought about this, you know, and you're like, no, and I hear you, but I'm still try this first, you know, like, and I just like, okay, you know, but
I mean,
at least you heard me,
right?
you
Yeah,
know,
I hear
like
you.
so.
And it's like still taking into consideration. But to answer him, it's not hard for me to respect anybody's boundaries, whether it's friendships or what. It's that's not that part is not hard for me. It's always the setting of a boundary is what I still am working on.
Mm-hmm.
And being able to and now in this stage though, I know that it seems like it's still a little bit harder for me to set a boundary than it is to protect that boundary though.
Mm-hmm.
Because once it's set. Like once I'm doing, I know that I can protect that boundary.
I think it's about knowing what the boundaries are in friendships.
Yeah.
I don't think
we don't.
Do you ever really set boundaries in friendships? You know what I'm saying?
Until somebody get mad, you don't know what the boundary is.
Exactly. You know, like it's just like, okay, this is what I want. I don't want you to do this. You know, but it's like you said, it's after a situation has occurred. You know, so like I think that's something that we probably could do better at though. Is like setting boundaries in friendships, like expectations for the friendship. You know.
Yeah.
Like I was on the How Married Are You podcast. She was talking about how people don't set intentions for marriage. Like she's like you plan you have goals and stuff for everything else, but people don't have goals for their marriage. She said I feel like people should start asking, like if somebody asks you, obviously don't do this, but if you asking me to marry you why? Like what is the purpose of this union? Like what's the end goal? And I was like, that's actually a great question, because what do I see myself building with you, and what do you see yourself building with me? You know, like because if we just get into situations with just anybody, you don't know what the fruit of this relationship could be.
Yeah, but I think that in the course of the relationship, that's what you are still figuring out too. The intention of what's next, like what are we doing here?
See, but no, that's what I'm saying. That's what she was talking about. So you can know, it's just like in your life, you know, I want to be a teacher, right? However, the path
to get there,
the path is what changes.
Yeah.
The thing that you do, right? Because you can say you thought you was going to be a school teacher, but then next you know you're a mentor.
Yeah.
And you're a motivational speaker. You're still teaching in a manner, but it's just a different path than what you intended to.
Oh,
so
knowing something like that too, though.
Yeah. So knowing the ultimate, this is what we can accomplish together.
Yeah.
You know, like, but not truly knowing, obviously not knowing exactly what it could look like along the way, but you'll know, like, this person brings out this in me and they can help me do this thing, you know, so. Yeah.
So what did you want to say about you already said it.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, it was just sad, you know.
But, you know, but at the same time, when you think about their transition into this, Megan, they were still two different types of people. Like, I feel like Megan is right where she should be right now.
Exactly.
Even, like, watching little clips and listening to her, this is what she was supposed to be doing. This type of podcast is what she should have been doing, but she don't know. She don't know that. You was in a whole different season of your life at that time.
They needed that they had to get that start.
Yeah, she had to be put in that position.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, but I think too, just based off of what we can see of their friendship, you know, they didn't really, although we only see what we see online. You know, they break up what's happening
behind the scenes.
And you know, we just as we compare it to them, we've already gone through that. We've already figured out how to get through that. We didn't have to go through all. But see, it's different when they have so much together. Like Megan had picked up her life and moved to go help this lady. Picked up her whole life. I don't mean nothing bad by saying that, but you know, she's done so much, and she's expressed how she is as a friend too to B. And sometimes B can be some lackadaisical sometimes to me, and feel like it's always like she is hearing what's being said, but you're not fully trying to grasp what's being said to you sometimes to me.
Like Megan is more, her journey is on another level right now. Yeah. So what do you think are ways that you and I protect our friendship, like keep the friendship?
Well, we're honest with each other when we feel in a way, especially we've come to a point where we can communicate effectively about how we feel, and it's not well, you did this and da. It's not that. We just say, friend, this is how I felt, and we let it out, and we apologize to each other if we made each other feel any type of way, and we move forward because we now know that's when the boundary is made. This is, you know, this is how we're going to move forward, you know. So I think that's one of the main things. We always end up talking about it after we feel some type of way.
Yeah.
To get over it, because ain't no purpose of having this lingering we do everything together just about. So, and we're gonna always be around each other. So it's no great reason to hold on to anything. And I think that's just how relationships in general grow. Friendships, relationships with your family. As long as you talk about these things and get these things out, and a person is willing to listen to you and truly comprehend what you're saying, we can move forward. Everything should be okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ladies ever violated a boundary in a friendship, and if so, how did you fix it? If I'm violating a boundary, I'm not intentionally violating a boundary. But again, we just still talk about it, because I mean, what else can you do?
That's basically what we just saying. Like, yeah. It's how we protect the friendship. Like, when things are happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just about talking about it and like understanding, like knowing the intention behind it. Yeah. Like, if it was no ill intent behind it, then okay, this is something we can course correct. You know, giving that same grace to my friend that I would give to my man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like we just said, like we know like that's something that we could get better at, is setting boundaries prior to something occurring.
Yeah.
You know, like but I agree with you. You know, like I think we've gotten better at talking about stuff when it bothers us versus like just feeling like we could just go on. Because we got to treat it like any other relationship. Like, if there's something going on, like, that can cause strife, like, it needs to be talked about. It's no brushing stuff under the rug for me no more, like, with anybody.
Yeah. And
that's how I feel.
That goes to, because it just made me think about, she was reading this book about attachment styles. What was it called?
Attached.
Oh, okay.
Attached.
Yeah. So she was reading this book about attachment styles, and it just made me think about, even when she was telling me, I'm like, well, I know that I can be avoidant. So I already know that's my attachment style, being avoidant. But, you know.
But even in that, though, like, knowing each other's attachment styles, right? Because I had an anxious attachment style. So knowing each other's attachment styles allows you to be able to deal with people in a certain manner. Because it's like, okay, if I know that you have an anxious attachment style, I know not to avoid you in this manner because it's going to trigger you.
Yeah.
You know, I know that if I ask you too many questions and you're avoidant, then you're probably going to back up.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not going to throw 500 questions at you at one time. I'm going to ask one, I'm need time to answer, and we're going to come back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, or I'm going to watch my tone when I bring something to you because I don't want you to avoid the conversation. You know, so.
Yeah, or feel like I'm being attacked.
Yes.
You know, so.
Yes, because that is a quality. Like, you will back up if you feel like you're being attacked.
Hold on
like,
now.
Yeah. Like,
Hold on. Wait
no, I didn't come here for this. You know, so. Yeah.
Yeah.
We both like, yeah.
It's a lot of years, y'all.
Exactly. But okay. So with this being like the end of the year, so we kind of talked about some things that we've learned along the way. What are you looking forward to in this next year?
Fulfillment. Because that's what my next year is titled anyway. Fulfillment. In all areas, not just one, all areas. But I am looking to just continue to be more in tune with myself, because I think that this little space that's happening right now is a part of that, me having to still focus more on myself, because I will fall right into something all the time. And so just making sure that I am still at the top of the list. I cannot continue to move myself down for anybody. And I'm still working on that, but I know that I'm doing better than I was. Continuing to stand on my word, continuing to keep my word.
Standing on business.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello. Because, baby, it be people knocking at the door, not literally, but you know, any New Year's resolutions. Just to be filled with joy. I don't have any actual resolutions because I just stopped making them. I just titled my year and everything falls
like
into line. It's just a theme. Like, so the last 2 years, so the year before this was I Am in Alignment, and even if I titled that year, it still rolls over into the next year, which is and I Am Changing. All of those end up flowing together because I've transitioned so much this year with leaving people behind, speaking up for myself more and more, and just truly understanding who people really are. Yeah. And just taking care of my business
and being okay, just accepting people.
Yeah, for who they are. I'm not trying to change nobody. The only person that gotta change is me, and I'm allowing people to reflect myself back to me so that I can know what it is that I need to work on. I'm not fighting nothing, but I know that if you don't want to be in my space, you don't gotta be, and I am okay with that.
Yeah,
that goes for people, places, and things. Man, like for sure. Like I'm just not fighting for the things that nobody else is fighting for. For what?
Yeah.
For what? So just continuing to fill my cup.
Yeah.
That's my New Year's resolution. Fill my cup. Continuing to fill my cup and focusing, making sure that I am continuing to stay a priority. The top main priority, because if I'm not good, nothing else will be good. And that's just how I feel.
Yeah. I haven't really set New Year resolutions in a long time. I mean, I guess if you consider goals and stuff like that kind of the same thing, but I don't know. I feel like New Year resolution is something that you want to change, right? But I guess it's not necessarily a change, but something that I want to improve on is just trusting myself, like following my inner voice.
Yeah.
And understanding the connection between myself and God. And trusting that voice. I would say that next year I'm looking forward to just saying yes to God more. And I just said this to y'all joined the choir this year. So I was just telling the choir director, because I got my first solo in January.
Is this the rap?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I rehearsed it last night. I was super excited. So but I was, but he was just saying like, and even in the other ministry, I'm a part of two ministries at church, the choir and then the young adult ministry. And we had our check-in on Monday. We were just talking about the different things we're looking forward to in a year, and it's just been like this shift for me in ministry this year, like in this, my intentions behind it. I think because I cowered at church. Like it was just like I wanted to just be a regular person. Like I didn't want to have to take the lead, but I had to again accept who I am. And just allow God to use me the way He needs to use me.
Yeah.
So going into 2024, like I told my choir director, I'm just saying yes. Yeah. So when he asked me to do the solo, yes. And of course I'm not going to just say yes to everything that's thrown in front of me, or whatever.
That makes sense.
I'm going to use my discernment, but I want to be obedient to God. And I feel like, and what's crazy that I would use that word, because years ago, my first lady back in Rockford, that's the word she gave me. One Sunday after church, she just came up to me out of the blue and was just like, I want you to know that your next level is tied to your obedience. Yeah. And I feel like that's something that I've always struggled with, is just like being obedient to the things of God. So that's just what I'm looking forward to. That's my New Year's resolution, is to just walk in obedience. Yeah.
I've been making sure that I've been reading my daily word every day.
And I'm so proud of you for that.
Man, I still listen to my worship in the morning. I pray in the morning. I be feeling good because it's like I didn't want to lose that.
Yeah.
Because it started my day like that. I get up and that be the first thing I do.
I do want to get back consistent with working out, because I know I got lackadaisy with that. And just my health in general, but I don't know. Maybe because I like the way I feel my clothes, but I'm like, but you ain't gonna like the way them, it look when you trying to wear a swimsuit in the summer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it look different when you wear winter clothes versus when you wearing them summer crop tops and stuff like that. So I'll probably start picking that back up in the spring and stuff. Heavy.
That is something that I want to get more consistent on, especially my weight, because I know when I get to moving, I don't eat as much as I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
So because when I did that 75-day
challenge,
Quarter
Dark is calling me tonight. This Quarter Dark.
Oh, girl, and every time I pick up from here, I'll be like, oh,
this
my
Quarter
God,
Dark is
y'all, it smells so good. Y'all lucky I ain't the type of people that be eating people's food. But my weight has always been a thing for me, though. Trying to stick to a routine when it comes to working out. Routines really has been that.
Talking about I'm watching from the gym on Be Fast this summer, because period.
Girl, can I show her your picture?
Like,
can I show her your picture? Cause this girl
snatched.
Okay.
Period.
Snatched. Girl.
Yeah, I just don't want to. The thing is that I'm trying to just find balance in like being healthy, but also doing the things that I'm enjoying.
This is January. This is
period. Cause period. So like, I can say I have been mostly consistent with my eating. You know, like I enjoy certain things. Like I'm going to go get me a quarter dark tonight. You know, like, but most when I cook, like I'm cooking meat and vegetables. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been now that I'm back working in the office, I've been able to get my routine back, like with my food, like having breakfast, having a snack, having lunch, having a snack, and then having dinner. You know, like, but I just, you know, get back on my meal prep and stuff like that and being consistent. Because that's really ultimately what helps me to lose weight and help me to be consistent in my weight is just watching what I eat. And then, you know, throw some exercise in, like 20, 30 minutes a day, you know, for a couple days a week, few days a week. Like a minimum, I'm thinking I'm going to do 3 at the most, like 4 days. So I'm excited that's why I'm excited to be back in the office, you know, 3 days a week, because I'm going to use those days to go to the gym on my way home from work since I'm already out.
Yeah. I do want, one of the main things I do want to make sure I do in the next year is stay on top of my finances. And I realized that, so when I had a traditional job, you know, you don't see, I paid attention, but I didn't pay enough attention to where all of my money was going. And this year, I've had to really watch everything. It's not like I ain't been doing DoorDash I've been doing DoorDash for a few years. So, but you get stuck into this. Well, I know I can buy this. I'm not really watching it. I know what I need to pay, but I'm not really watching where all my money is going to. And I'm like, what is happening here? Yeah. What is happening? Even though I got all this stuff wrote down, I'm remembering this, but now I'm doing better. Like I got everything wrote out. I'm writing down everything if it's in my phone and on the computer. So so I can make sure that I'm taking care of everything. But I've also stopped getting takeout a lot more. Like it's like a lot of things that I've stopped doing so that I can keep track of where my money is going. But I know next year is gonna be different for me when it comes to my finances. It's gonna be better. Everything is gonna be better for me next year. It's not like this was a bad year. This is just was a year of learning and making me sit down to really pay attention to everything around me, and see how I'm treating the things around me and managing these things. So next year is gonna be better. I already know because I'm taking my first trip for my birthday. Yeah, I'm turning 35. I don't know what this hand is for, but you know, yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. So I know that this next year is gonna be a prosperous year. It's gonna bring me so much. It's gonna be fulfilling. It's gonna bring me so much joy, so much peace, and because I'm developing that peace now. Like I've had it. I said I'm experiencing these feelings.
A different level of peace.
Yeah. I'm experiencing a lot of things that I don't feel like I've experienced. Even if I haven't experienced to the full extent. Like just being at peace with where I am right now, because I know that things are working out and just living in flow. So and not trying to force anything to happen, because what's for me is gonna be for me always. So I'm not worried about none of that. I'm just doing what I need to do to make sure that I'm still doing what I need to do.
And that's on period.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that for you. Okay. Well, this has been a great episode. I think we told y'all a lot of our business tonight.
Yeah.
You know, I'm definitely grateful for you, friend. You know, I'm definitely grateful for you all for continuing to support the show over the past 3 years. We'll be 4 in April, right? 4. Wow, we'll be 4. Yeah, we'll be 4. So we should have a party. Yeah, I'll get back to y'all.
What?
Maybe we'll do another happy hour, especially for our 4 years anniversary. But maybe we can do it at my favorite place this time. Not that I should never say that. Anyways, yeah. Okay.
Y'all continue to wine and grow with us as we wine and grow. Okay.
Don't forget like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, guys. So season 8, we will be streaming live on YouTube. But for now, I'll just continue to post the episodes on YouTube. after we've recorded them. Like, so this episode will be available on YouTube. But in the future, we will be streaming live from YouTube, from Facebook, and Instagram. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that. Yeah. Maybe we can just still continue to just do this, but and then like so
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, thanks so much. I gotta
go buy sloppy Joe sauce.
And I'm about to go get me some Harold's.
I'm so mad. I went to the store, y'all.
So maybe I can ride with you. I can order my chicken. By the time we leave the store on the way back, you can just take me my
food. Get your chicken. Or I could just ride with you.
Because I'm like, you gotta leave. You gotta get in your car to go home anyways.
But you gotta come back home.
But you already gotta go. I'm just saying you have to get in your car to go home. My car is facing
that way.
So, anyways.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Good night.
I was gonna try to end.